Hello guys, and if you watched the end of the last video, you'll know that I was like, we got platinum! What? So we skipped gold 1. And that's not intentional. That was, that's crazy. I skipped a grade basically. That's cool. But what we did was we tried to rebalance out the series by, I don't want to miss gold 1 for you guys. So we ended up leaving a couple games. And we somehow skipped gold 1 again, and now we're back in gold 2. So this is an extenuation of gold 2 now. So we're gonna which is good too, because gold 2 was only 1 game. So now at least I get to give you a couple more games for gold 2. The extended cut. And yeah, and then we'll get back into gold 1. Hopefully we don't just somehow bypass it again. Hopefully not. And anyways, we got a ZVZ. So back to the same thing we already talked about before. Back to basics, guys. Make those drones. Make the drones, man. Make the drones. Make the drones. And then we're going to, overlord up our natural with our second overlord. Our first overlord is going to go to his natural, and we're going to throw down a 16 hatchery with our drone. Okay, so we're still going to do 18 pool, and then a 20 gas, so 18 pool. Building placement, let's put it right here. It's a great place to put your building for 2 reasons. One reason is, in my opinion, is it's good in ZVZ to do this. And again, we're talking about building placement a little bit now. It's nice to put your pool next to the gas, because this way it also doesn't block your gas, okay? And there are sometimes you'll run into players that will do things where they're like, I'm going to build an evo chamber in your base. So if you place it right where it doesn't block your gas, and it also prevents the evo chamber from getting thrown down, because your drones will be in the way of him wanting to do that. It's rare. You'll run into that sometimes, but it is rare. It does happen though. So you eliminate that problem by doing the pool here for one thing. And another reason why it's kind of nice is because you can put your queen right here in between the pool and the hatchery if you're getting all in by Zerglings. Which we can see Zerglings are crossing the map already. We can see there's shit here. So honestly, right now, let's go ahead and make some Zerglings. We can make a spine crawler. Let's make some Zerglings. But yeah, you can put a queen here if you're getting all in, and it makes your queen way more efficient. It doesn't allow your queen to get fully surrounded. It makes the Zerglings really stupid in front of it. And only like 2 at a time can hit the queen. But yeah, we saw a late ass natural, and we also saw lings coming across the map. So we made a couple of lings ourselves. We don't see lings flooding, so we're done making lings. We're not going crazy here. We're not freaking out. We're gonna layer. We're gonna nether queen, and we're good. If lings are not flooding, we are not flooding lings. We just made some oh, he's got 4 lings coming. We made like 4 or 5 lings as well. We're good. 4 or 6, because they come in even numbers. We didn't freak out. We didn't make 30 lings just now. And now we have this gap covered, overlord here, so he can't come this way. We also have this overlord coming here to cover down that way, to cover this way, and also to see the third. And we also have more, we're just making more overlords to go anywhere else there's an open gap. They're just intelligent spots. Wherever it makes sense to be like, well, we could kind of see this location. It would be nice. It would be nice. And we're going to put evo chamber Roachmore in front of our base. We can also put another one here if we need to where my queen could be in the doorway, and we would be great. If this guy floods lings, which is what we're looking at in case he does, if he floods lings, we will do that. Let's go ahead and get my injects going, get my creep timbers going. SD, 5 SD, 5 SD. We can update my spine and move it forward a little bit too. There is no lings coming right now. Nothing is happening. He does have a natural, but he's not doing anything. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and start a third base. Let's go ahead and also start our roaches. Let's go ahead and inject our bases again in just a moment. Don't supply blocks, so we're going to also make some overlords. Okay, we can see a third base here. Alright, cool. Run the overlord away. Let's actually grab one of my overlords and make them into an overseer. We're going to make another like 4 roaches or so. So we're going to go, again, we're going to go up to like the 8 roach, 10 roach count, as we always do, off of 2 base saturation. Let's go ahead and start making drones again, because he's not flooding me right now. And let's send a changeling into his base. Look at his base, okay? We see spines. We see no drones. We see spines again. We see gas being mined. We see spines again. This guy's got no drones, guys. I'm just going to throw that out there. He's absolutely fucking broke. What about his third base? Spines again and no drones, really. He has... here's one thing to kind of read from this, okay? If you see a lot of spine crawlers like this, you can kind of assume there's a good chance your opponent is going to go. What unit... before I answer this question, what unit do you think he's going to go for, guys? If you had to guess, what unit seems like it makes sense if you also make mass spine crawler? I'll say it after this donation message.
First time catching your stream live. Love your vids on YouTube, great education. Am planning to stream as an actual bronze player and try to improve with your methods.
Yo, Zingy, thank you for the fucking dono, dude. And I appreciate it, man. Good luck to you. And thank you for the support. It's Mutalisk, yeah. I would say Mutas is the common answer here. He's actually going Hydras. Our changeling still sees it. That's fine. It doesn't matter what he would have done. None of it matters, because we're also going Hydras. So no matter what choice he makes, if we make Hydras, which are a versatile unit, they can hit ground and air, and we make a lot of them, we're gonna win either way. Like, we're gonna be in a great spot. Let's go ahead and inject, inject, inject. We can spread our creep. Spread our creep. We don't have a 4th queen. Let's make that 4th queen. We forgot to do that. Take our gas. We can take an infestation pit, so we can go to a hive. Let's just make 3 drones right now for the gas. Rally it to the gas as it's building. We don't have to worry about it again. Grab 6 drones, send them over to my new base. Take another base, and make a round of drones again for this base, because we still need to do that. And now we're good on saturation. We're at 83. We can stop making drones now. We don't care. This guy's killing my overlords. Who cares? It's not the biggest deal anymore. We already kind of know his plan now, so we don't care anymore. And now we're going into making just overlords and hydras. Overlords and hydras. So we can inject, and we can creep spread. Inject, inject, inject. My base is getting attacked. Select all army. Go over there and defend it. Keep making hydras, guys. Don't get distracted. Start a hive. Inject. 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 Oh, no, okay, we're good. Inject. Okay, let's do a creep. 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 What's my drone count at? 80. We're still good. Let's make a couple of gases here. Maybe make a few more drones, because we're about to spend some on gas and call it a day. Keep making hydras. Grab some drones. We're oversaturating. Making another gas down here, because again, this base. Oops. This base is going to be fully saturated, especially when we start transferring drones to it. So we need some more action going on to send things to. Inject. 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 Upgrade wise, we can start 2-2. Let's go ahead and do that. Hive is almost done, so we can get ready to go 3-3 after 2-2 is done. And one more overlord to cap us out. And just keep making hydras.
We require more minerals.
Keep making hydras, guys.
We require more Vespine gas. We require.
And we're basically maxing here in just a second. Burn, 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 burn. Okay, cool beans. We are maxed out. So now we can just go ahead and take our army. A move is 3rd. A move like right here. There's no walls for Zerg really, so you don't have to worry about the wall thing. A move the 3rd, shift. A move the natural, shift. A move the main. Let your army do its thing. Now, in the meantime, let's go ahead and prepare for possible counterattacks, because might as well add in some static B to deal with future problems if they happen. We spent 3 drones, make 3 drones. Rally them to the middle line. Grab drones, make shit. We don't have to use shift for Zerg because it literally spins the drone every time we do this. Make 3 drones because we spent 3 drones. Go to the main. Boom, boom, boom. This one's a little different because this is oversaturated, so let's actually just grab 1 drone and send it down to our natural. Okay, let's go to our natural. We're 1 drone over, so let's remember that. Make a spore, make a spine. We can even uproot the spine, move it over. We're good. We just make 1 drone now, and we're fine. Keeping mental notes of the drone count. And now, what's your drone count? 77? Let's fix it. Make 3 drones for this. Make like 1, 2, 3 for this to fix the middle line, and let's make like another 4 to just stay on it. So now we're at 87, which if we spin 3 on static D, it's going to drop us back down to 84. Just simple little notes of math in your head of like addition and subtraction being like trying to just stay somewhere in the realm of 80 to 85. 84 is always kind of nice because it's an even number, and you don't and then you don't have this awkward supply because you're making roaches and hydras, which are also even numbers of supply cost units. We can make our hydras. We can inject our bases. Inject, inject, inject. Inject, inject, inject. Keep making hydras. And good stuff. And now hive's done. Upgrades are done. Let's go ahead and start 3-3. Look at my base count, right? Good to go. Let's move this over. Everything else is looking pretty good. Drone count's good. Inject. 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 Creep spread that shit. Go to the side. We'll make the queen make some tumors up here. And then we'd go all the way down again and cross it over. Big thing once again though. Big thing. So you guys understand the whole make drones. Don't supply block. Spin your larva. These are things that we've learned already that we're still maintaining. We're still keeping these as important tasks that we know and understand, and we are developing them further. And I guarantee if you are someone who started in bronze, you are probably faster now in Gold League than you were in Bronze League at just doing simple tasks of 5SD, 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 make larva inject, 5SD, 5SD, stuff like that. You're probably getting faster at it by at least a little bit, at least a tad. Ziptown, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the VFam. You're probably getting a little bit faster over time. Your priorities definitely are your larva and your drone count and optimizing your saturation of your drones. That is your priorities for sure. And now, realistically, in Gold League, once again, the big one is Overlord placement. That is the biggest one of all. Wall placement is nice. It's not always going to be... wall placement's not always going to make or break the game because it really depends on if your opponent is aggressive or not. But Overlord placement is huge. As we can see, look at this Overlord. Look what I see with my Overlord. Even if I did not see these 4 lings. And you look at the hatchery. This is also why I tell you guys, if you remember again, the intro of Bronze to GM, in that video, I also told you, make sure building life bars are on always. Because when you see a big fucking zitty looking hatchery over here, a big bubble, you don't know exactly how far progressed it is. The bigger the bubble, the more progressed it is. But if you just see that and that's all you see, you might not know. For all you know, it could be there. For all you know, it could be there. It could be here. It could be where it is now. But if you see a health bar, you now know the exact build timer. You can calculate that bar in your head way easier. That's like 15% of the way done, roughly. If I had to guess, I would say 15. That it's easy peasy. And again, people love to ask questions, and I will answer them for you. And the question is, immediately, the second I said, have health bars on always, someone says, why not have them on damaged instead? And my answer to that is, when you see units, okay, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to read how much shit is there, especially when you have, for instance, Zerglings and big-ass swarms of them running around in little packs all over the place, and it's hard to kind of tell sometimes how much is there. On top of that, when people use unit skins, it can alter the amount of what looks like is there, because sometimes unit skins bulk the unit up or shrink it down, and it makes your brain think that there's more or less there, even though there might not be. If you have unit health bars on always, You can easily tell how much is there because you can see health bars as a representation for amount of things that are there. There's a lot of reasons why health bars on always is quite nice, but those are very important ones. Those are ones that will make consistency part of your gameplay. Anyways, going back to this, look at the health bar. Look at the health bar. It's really low, right? Now let's go back and look at our natural. It's fucking done. So even if we didn't see these Zerglings, even if these Lings were not even in our vision, because let's say he ran down like this, just before my Overlord saw him, I would know this guy's built a pool before a hatchery, and there's a very high chance of aggression. If someone builds a pool before hatchery, automatically, if you go hatchery first and you do something like build a spine, you're still ahead. You are for low level leagues when we're not microing yet. Building that spine is going to make a big difference for you to be safe, and building that spine is not going to make you be behind either, because look at this. Look at the drone count. I already have 21 to his 16. We're great. So seeing this, we're going to be like, oh, well, I see if I'm going to watch and see if you're going to rally Lings across the map, and you're not, so I'm not going to go crazy on Lings, but I am going to make a couple so that you can't just come in here and kill my drones. I made a couple Lings, that was all. And suddenly, again, going back to the production tab, we are both going back into droning. We're actually both making a spine crawler, which in my side it makes sense because he went pool first. On his side, it really doesn't make any sense. He doesn't need to go pool first if I'm playing standard, economy. He's just paranoid is what he's being. Look at the worker count. This is what happens when someone does paranoid shit like this. We just start taking this massive lead, right? And now we'll just times 8 it all the way, till the end here, so we'll get this done quick. Worker count's getting insane right now. Too much static D. This is way too paranoid. You'd be better off just making drones to ideal checkpoints and then making units. And also, keep in mind too, let's look at his vision. He has no indications if he's going to get attacked or not, because every Overlord he has is defensive in his base. So this is also a reason that reinforces unsafe feelings. He's making spines because he has no idea what I'm up to. For all he knows, I'm about to all-in him with 20 roaches. Having Overlord spread on the map is very important, because in his vision, all he sees is the edge of the ramp and the edge of the ramp. That's it. Or the edge of on the side of the rocks over here. That's as far as his eyes go. For us, we see down his ramp. Another Overlord is moving, our Overlord got pushed back. We should actually have an Overlord here. This is a blind spot. But you get my point. We are putting Overlords around his base so that we don't get surprised from being attacked. And it doesn't have to be that long either. In no time flat, we're going to be at our ideal drone saturation to where we're going to be making an army anyways. Once again, which is the biggest problem of low league players. I've said this like 1,000 times, and I'll continue to say it because if you're ever wondering, why am I in gold league? Is it my micro? Is it my decision making? Is it the fact that I'm not a pro gamer? Is it because I don't have enough time to play StarCraft on an average day? Is it because I broke my hand last week and I shouldn't have stuck it in the vending machine to go get that Snickers bar because I was angry? No. None of these reasons are why you're in fucking gold. The only reason why you're in gold is because you don't macro. That is the only reason why you're in gold. Is it because of my girlfriend? Maybe. It's because you don't macro.
Forces are under attack.
And again, look at the supply, guys. Look at the drone count. Look at the supply. That is what will happen to you if you do not have efficiently designed builds to macro. And boom, presto, kapow. Now I macro. Hell yeah. I didn't macro till I made it to GM. Oh god. That's impressive. Uh-oh. Everything's breaking in this Gold 2 series. Now the cube broke. But pretty much the one point I'll say that I really try to I don't know how to word this in a different way really, but it's something that people need to really understand. And it is, if you make drones efficiently, you will increase capable, or you will, if you make drones efficiently, you will increase the amount of potential production you can have. So even if your opponent is all-inning you in Gold League, you can respond to it as it's happening and outproduce him and be fine. I think too many people get caught up in the fact that they think that if they're not making units while their opponent's making units, then they're gonna die. But I don't give it, like for me, I don't give a shit if someone is making units inefficiently. Because if I make workers and then make units efficiently a minute later after he's been making units, I will still defend it. Because when he makes 5, 5, 5, 5, and I just go 15, 15, 15, because I have so much more production because I've been making workers, I can outproduce him ridiculously hard and I just overpower him anyways. That's just how it works. Low league players need to really understand the concept of economy, and that's the hardest thing to teach them. Okay, so we're playing a random player, so who knows what this guy is, right? We have no idea. It's fine. We're gonna same old, same old. 18 pool, 20 gas, 16 hatch, 18 pool, 20 gas, and our first overlord is scouting towards his base over here, and our second overlord is sitting in front of our mineral line at our, or in front of our hatchery at our natural, just to be on the safe side in case we get all in or something like that. And we're just 5SDing this shit. 5SD, 5SD, 5SD. Always spinning larva the second we get it. 5SD. Even if I have 0, 5SD, 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 5SD. I just got a larva. It was the 4th try and I made it immediately. Why 18 pool instead of 17? Don't worry about it. That's my answer to you right now. Build order doesn't fucking matter. If you make a 17 hatch instead, or sorry, a 17 pool or an 18 pool, I don't care. You can do that. That's something that you should not even think about right now. Build order, efficiency, we can talk about that later. But realistically, the real answer I'll give you that makes sense for someone to understand the initial basics of why we build either one of those things is because we can afford a pool at 17 or 18 without disrupting our larva. Larva's priority. As long as we're not disrupting the larva, we're good. We're happy. We're good to go. That's the only thing that actually matters. And the trade-offs could be a slightly faster pool could mean a slightly faster queen and potential faster lings. A slightly later pool could mean slightly more efficient larva with our initial larva. But we're not really messing larva up anyways, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we see a couple barracks. Moving on past that point. We see a couple barracks, guys. He is taking a natural. We see that big box is a natural, but we do see 2 racks. Just to be on the safe side, we can go ahead and build a spine because he did. That is a late natural. That is a late natural. That's not command center after 1 barracks. He's already got 2 done and he's building up units. So let's go ahead and make just 1 spine crawler, just in case we need it. A late natural. Yeah, what I mean is if you see someone go barracks command center, that's normal. And that should mean the way that would time out would be the second my overlord sees it, it would be done when my overlord gets here. It would be like 80% of the way done. But if that natural is like 10% of the way done and we have 2 barracks already done, this is not early. There could be even a 3rd barracks back here, potentially, making marines. That's not an early barracks. Or sorry, that's not an early command center. Timings like this, we will pay attention to as we go, and we will learn more about what things mean as time goes on and how to read things. We'll really start breaking down logical thinking once we start getting to like Diamond League. But just know that when you get to his base, that shit should have been done already, not just starting. Okay, so anyways, we kind of went in some tangents here. Kind of threw my build off a little bit. Sorry, boys. What I'm gonna do to fix it though, let's just say it happened to you too. Let's say you're in a game and your mom's like, "Dad, it's dinner time," and you're like, "No, hold on, I'm busy." Go ahead and throw your third hatch down, because you have the money to do it. We can't make the roaches yet anyways. This is a move that is going to be risky, but we have no choice because we've delayed our roach warren for no reason. So just do it. What's the worst that can happen? Your third's going to die? What's the alternative? Have 1,000 minerals doing nothing with it? Do it. Just do it. Fix that shit. Inject the bases. Okay, we just made 8 roaches, guys. Make a 4th queen. Let's also go ahead and spread some creep. Okay, and we have all of our roaches now. We just made like 9 roaches or something in total. Go back to making drones. Let's transfer 6 drones to our 3rd base. We have a Hellion there. Let's A-move that shit out of there. Inject. Inject. We can grab this queen to inject as well. And let's take another base because our drone count's going to be really good on the 3rd base already because, you know, we're making drones.
Unacceptable command.
So basically, we still took the 3rd roughly around the same time we always do. The only thing that happened was we got distracted and we delayed our roach run. There's no reason for that to have happened, but we, you know, I was talking, so I kind of wasn't paying attention as much, and it happened. So we just fixed the problem by still going for a 3rd when we could afford it. Okay, and now let's keep making drones, boys. Let's go ahead and start rallying them to my 4th base, and let's go ahead and start making with our next drones that spawn things like my Hydroden, things like my 2nd Evo, and stuff like that. And let's also grab another drone to make a gas with. Make some overlords so we don't block. My money is getting really high. Roaches are already defending it automatically. Let's go ahead and make a macro hatch. Saturate my gases. Saturate my gases. Aliens, go get them out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's grab 4 drones from here and send them to the mineral line so we can fix it. Okay, nice. Make 3 drones for my gas up here. Drone count is 82. Perfect. Nice, good shit, right? Good shit, but guys, yeah, let's take another base. Okay, if this ever happens to you and you're like, fuck, a creep tumor, just have your drone attack the tumor that's in the way and just come back to that in a little bit. It's fine. You can send your army to do it too if you want to, but if your army is busy at whatever point, it's totally fine to have your drone attack it. It's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and transfer a drone down here. Drone count is still 80. That's still nice and efficient economy. Make sure you add in your hatches to your build. Now look, we have a free drone. It's the drone that killed the creep tumor. Let's make a hatchery now. Add it to your hatchery control group. Inject your bases. And since we just injected our bases, let's creep spread from top to bottom. Top to bottom creep spread, boys. Okay, it's good. Where's our extra queen? Did it die? There it is. Creep, creep, creep. Okay, get a hive going. Let's transfer some drones. Make some more hydras.
We require more Vespine gas.
We can inject our bases.
Not enough energy.
Good. 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 And good. Like, we have all drones are being efficient. Now let's also spread our creep again.
We must place that on
Creep. 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 Okay, we've got a lot of tumors down here. Let's look at where else is thin. So maybe add like 1 more tumor over here. Just put a tumor down like right there with our queen. We'll come back to it later. Okay, we just made hydras and we're basically maxed out. Okay, now once our drones now that we're maxed out, let's prepare for something. Oh look, there's liberators over here. Cool. Hi, how you doing? Let's select my whole army and go over here. Go attack that. Let's go ahead and do this. Spore, spine, spine. Spore, spine, spine. You can do it this way, or you can do it the way I did last game, where you make 3 drones as you use them. Either way works. And now let's say we do it this way, okay? Where we're going spore, spine, spine every base. You can go like this. 5S123 click. 5S123 click. 5S123 click. 5SDDD click. Okay, this one's gonna be over though, so let's grab 2 drones because we need to make room for 3. So let's grab them over here, put them over here. Okay, explore spine. 5SDDD click. You can do it that way too. That's also fast. We're still at 80 drones. Let's grab my whole army. Let's do this too first. Grab 2 hydras or 2 roaches. Does not matter. We'll do 2 roaches. 1 roach. Shift move command along the top of the map at every base. Another roach by itself. Shift move command along every bottom base on the map. Now both roaches have their pathway going around the map to check bases. While this is happening, let's go ahead and inject our bases. Let's go ahead and inject our bases and eject our bases. Let's look at saturation. Good. Let's look at upgrades. Can be done now because we're hive and they've been done for a little bit. Look at our natural. Needs to be fixed. Look at our third. It's good. Fourth. Let's fix that gas. And then we're good. And mineral fields are still depleting, so let's go ahead and start a new base. Make a couple drones because we're about to spin another one again. Let's stay in that realm of 80. And now we're back to, it's going to be, when this spins, we'll be back at 80. That's 80's fine. Grab 2 drones, send them over. And we found a base. Okay, so there's our target. Select all army. A move, shift. I don't know if you mind that out. We'll just say shift A move there, A move there, shift A move there, and A move there. All with shift. Let it be. Go back to base, inject, 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 and creep spread. Creep, 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 because we're consuming the map like this. Make a creep tumor here with our queen, like 2 more tumors there in the middle. It's fine. Creep tumor there. Creep tumor here. Okay, this top side's looking really thin, so let's grab this queen. Let's hold shift on it, and let's just go like this.
Has ViBE
See?
taught you anything?
Click, 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 click,
Please
click,
give
click.
him your free Twitch Prime.
Make hydras, boys. Yo, Psyduck, thank you very much for 1,000 bits, dude. Psyduck. Bro. Thank you, man. Grab my drones. Saturate properly. It injects as well. Inject, inject. Inject, inject. Every base is looking pretty good. Keep making hydras. We can make a tumor go here too. Why not? We see it. Wow, fuck it. We'll do it. And since we just injected, let's go ahead and creep spread again. We're going from bottom to top this time, if that's what you prefer. You could do top to bottom as well. It also would work. Just make it one side to the other. Inject my creep tumors. Inject them. You can double click them. You can hold control and click one, and it grabs them all. Or you can literally go one by one if you want. As long as you're fast with the mouse, all these different methods work. I usually control click and I spread them like that. Or I green box them usually too. But just know if you green box creep tumors and a queen, it will always prioritize the queen. Or a unit in general. Okay, we're maxed again. Let's go ahead and attack him again. In the front, natural. Into the main ramp, into the main. We can rally all our hatcheries to the front of our base. Over here. And look at our bases again. Inject, inject. Let's do an upgrade. Inject, inject. Hold shift, inject, inject. Bases are looking good, saturation-wise. Let's get ready to start making hydras. Watch the supply. We'll just go 5S, hold H down. Okay, well, he's dead. GG. Let's quickly ×8 this shit, go through it, and see. You know, obviously, we can also get faster at these remaxes, too. Once you get the hang of it and you get really, really quick at it, you can start rapidly attacking your opponent once you hit this stage. Just more or less trying to show you guys ways that you can prevent future problems from happening and creating more problems for your opponent. Like, for instance, the static D thing is amazing at doing that. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a race. The worker count is like this because his build is just less efficient. Going multiple barracks and then making a command center is not efficient if you're not going to all in somebody. So how many drones have we lost so far? We've lost 2 drones. It's barely anything. We're at 80 versus 40. Supply-wise, we're maintaining a nice solid lead. We're double supply. And, yeah, ready to go. And then now all we're doing is we're looking for hidden bases on the sides. Bases that may or may not have been taken already. And now we're pushing into his base. He's going for mass tanks with random marines just to cover, and he's going into BCs. He's basically going mech with a hybrid of air and ground. These marines were just made early on because he was like, I might need them. So you can see our hydras just did some serious damage to him. And then, you know, while the fight's happening, we just spend our bank, which we have a lot of, and we remax again. This is the whole idea. The whole idea of Zerg is you just remax. Like, you maintain this level of power, and you just remax. Attack him again, remax. Attack him again, remax. Attack him again. And you don't let your grip of power that you have now disappear. Instead, all you do is you, like, stranglehold it even more as the game goes on. Because of two reasons. Number one is you're reducing his map control by killing bases that are fresh, which is why we scout along the sides of the map to see where we want to go first with our first push. Killing newest expansions is always easiest. So we reduce his control of the map. Meanwhile, and even if we trade armies and we lose our army, it's okay because we are hopefully ripping parts of him off the map. The second part of this, which is that is really good, which is like the stranglehold of the map as a whole, is every time we inject our hatcheries, we are preparing to remax faster, and combining that with a creep spread. Every time we do another tumor, it's like another tumor's worth of creep, essentially, which is like this far of consumption of the map. It'll get to a point where if we do this for like 10 minutes, suddenly the creep is here, the creep is here, the creep is like all over here, it's all over here, it's all over here. He just can't fucking move anywhere without being on creep. It makes the Terran in a very uncomfortable position if no matter where they go, there is creep everywhere. Because it makes your army more efficient, and it makes him have to delay everything he does at that point to be like, I have to scan and kill it. I have to have a raven. This is really annoying. I gotta wait for the creep to disappear. I can't just lift command centers and land them at new bases because creep is there. And whenever you, again, and it does things at Terran where it's, here's a higher level tactic thought, okay? Let's just say his army is really good, but he has no money. Because you've contained him on 3 bases for so long that he has literally mined out all 3 of his bases. And let's say this is going to be his 4th base. And you see it with lots of creep tumors. And he has a command center sitting there in the air. And you see him walking his army over here as he keeps killing your creep as he comes this way. Maybe he has a raven or something. But you see his army coming this way to clear this base out. And he's trying to cover it. And you're like, shit, this guy's army is really good. It keeps killing mine. But now he's over here trying to take a new economy because he doesn't have any money. And then you go, you know what? Because I see everything you're doing and I see your army over here now, how about I just attack with my army over here and I go into his natural and I just kill his other bases that are now completely opposite of where his army is. You can do that too. Fucking amazing. You could start killing, you could keep pushing him into this like corner where now if his army's somewhere else and you're afraid of it, you could just kill his base. You could just keep like kicking his legs out from under him over and over and over repeatedly as Zerg. When you have great creep spread like this, you get so much control and so many options of what you want to do. And you don't have to do that, but yeah, controlling the map is Zerg's forte. It is what makes Zerg good. Having the ability to consume the map and attack wherever you want, because Zerg is the most immobile race. Okay, guys, what's it gonna be this time? Okay, the real promo this time. So I know we got promoted last time. That's gonna be part 1 of Gold 2, the inconclusive part. We fixed it, and this is gonna be part 2 of Gold 2. Fixed. Now where we're supposed to be. We're in Gold 1. So, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one in Gold 1. Until then, have a great night. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked it. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.